I really can't believe it. I do believe it, but it's unbelievable. It's one of those moments that you're so busy doing your job, you never think of where it might lead. And sometimes you're so busy doing things with people and for people that you don't really stop to think how big a deal that was to somebody. Anyway, I'm delighted and honored to have represented the Broncos for this long and to still be doing it with the TV show on Channel 9. And it's a fantastic moment.
He really is one of the real behind-the-scenes legends in the history of pro football. Longtime Broncos PR director and team historian Jim Saccomano today named to the inaugural group to receive the Pro Football Hall of Fame's Awards of Excellence. Our Broncos insider Mike-Klis joins us now. And Mike, let's start with Sacco. I don't even know where you start, though, with him. The story of the Broncos franchise really lives within him.
Yeah, let's start with 1978. It's the first time he joined the team as an assistant PR director. The Broncos became a national sensation in 1977 with that Orange Crush defense, and the PR director, Bob Peck, no doubt felt like he needed some help, and he made a heck of a hire to bring in Jim Saccomano. I've always thought, really, literally, the PR guy, in this case Jim Saccomano, is the face of the franchise. You know, all these media that come in from all around, the first guy they talk to is Jim Saccomano, and then he leads them to Mike Shanahan. He leads them to John Elway, but only through Sacco were those doors open. So Sacco was always a nice, enthusiastic, positive face for the Broncos all these years, and he certainly deserves recognition now in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, just exciting for so many of us who've worked with Jim, because that's not always an easy job. Sometimes that is a job where you are what is between a story and a reporter, like, say, some Mike-Klis is coming at you with some trouble. You know, you gotta steer him in the right direction. Hey, but also today is very interesting.
And John Elway wants, John Elway wants nothing to do with Mike-Klis, you know, and that's where Jim is very, has to put out his people skills to make that happen.
Handles it well. Now, also in the group today, a real legend when it comes to assistant coaching, especially here in Denver, Alex Gibbs.
You know, that 1997-98 team was about the zone blocking and that West Coast running scheme that they had for Terrell Davis, who was the MVP, Super Bowl MVP, over 2,000 yards. And just as importantly, after TD got hurt, along came these no-names like Olandis Gary to run for 1,000 yards. 28-year-old rookie, former Marine Mike Anderson, 1,000 yards. Reuben Drones, on and on it went. It was the blocking system. And Tom, it's still big today. I mean, Gary Kubiak, Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan, Clint Kubiak, Nathaniel Hackett, they're still using this Alex Gibbs West Coast zone blocking. He didn't invent it, but he's the guy that mastered it, and it's still being used today. So Alex Gibbs, even though he passed away earlier last year, his legacy lives on.
Well, those guys who played for him, those offensive linemen, still, while they have reverence, also still have that little piece of fear. Alex Gibbs was a tough coach, and he is part of that class. Mike, I know we'll get a chance to talk to you a little bit more at 5 o'clock. Good to visit with you about a couple of real legends with the Denver Broncos. Thanks.